Hello, my name is Lucas Snow. I'm a teacher here at the Clean Technologies and Sustainable Industries Early College High School. A few years ago, one of our partners that we work with, Amber Mooney, came to us about this opportunity for a business model competition, and we were a little bit late to the game to be able to get into it that year, but what we were able to do is kind of model off of one of our projects off of what was actually going to happen and kind of give it a trial run before we actually did it, which worked out wonderful because the next year we were able to participate in the event and had a great experience. So our kids, our groups, our companies, they meet kind of at different times. At the beginning of the year, our program starts with a project that allows them to really become like a think tank of a classroom. And within that time, they start to generate ideas with each other, and then kids kind of come and go into groups as they kind of see fit with their ideas that kind of fit together. And that's a really cool time as a teacher because you get to see kids like it's totally on them. It's nothing that we're like feeding them, and it's more of their idea generation and their thinking. And they start to naturally kind of form groups based off of that. And once that happens, then we kind of come in as educators and try to focus them in a little bit about this. And it's kind of an early intervention that we have to see, is this good or do we want to move forward? And then we structure it as to learn about their market and to see, is this something that would be needed or who would need this? And that's kind of where we leave it for a while. And then we just leave it alone and let the kids, if they're interested in it, they kind of take it on their own. If not, we come back to it in January and kind of re-go over it. Is this still your market? What do you guys think about this? And we kind of leave it alone again before we come back to it in April and really get into like a more structured finishing all the things, touches to it, and going through all the things that should be in a business model. The benefits that I really see this for our students and the participation is it becomes more than a project for them. A lot of times in education, even though we feel as educators this is a great thing, it's a project, it's really cool, the kids will get engaged, they love it. Sometimes we're right on and they do, but other times there's that little extra motivation that might be needed. And a competition like this and just the opportunity to showcase your efforts to business partners and people that are not teachers, because sometimes that's a big draw for people to hear something from someone that is in business, because maybe their parents are, maybe they have friends and family that are in a much different profession than teachers, and to hear feedback and to hear encouragement from those people of what they're doing and what their hard work is, I feel like that's an invaluable experience that our students gain from participating in this competition. I think too that throughout the process, whether it be us or we brought some coaches in to come help us, there's been an invaluable thing about failure and the persistence of after you fail, what are you going to do after it? In education, an F means an F. It means a bad grade. It means mom and dad are going to be mad at you. It means you have to stay after for extra help. It means all of these things. But I think in the entrepreneurship world, in a business model world, it means an opportunity for you to change, pivot, do something different. As long as you're persistent at it and you can have that persistence to persevere and keep trying to find the answer that you seek. I think that failure is a wonderful thing in this type of setting that students don't always get when they're in that traditional high school setting. There's a couple of things that I really enjoy. I think bringing students out of a classroom to a college campus is such a huge opportunity for them to not only see that opportunity exists, but also just to experience what a college campus is like. And I know that doesn't have a ton to do with the business competition, but anytime we can let kids experience and have an opportunity to be on a college campus, to feel a different setting than they feel in their high schools, where there's where the bells and you're told to go here and go there. I think it's just a great opportunity for them to see and possibly maybe pique their interest towards college in the future. I also really enjoy seeing the students have the opportunity and to flourish in front of other people other than their peers. And sometimes that's the thing that as an educator you get to see students that you see every single day, and they're comfortable in front of their peers. Maybe they're not comfortable in front of their peers, but they get in a different setting, and sometimes you see a total unique aspect of that person or something that you feel is very valuable that you never even knew or they didn't know, and you really can take the opportunity to tell them that, whether it's writing them a small note or just give them an encouragement about that. So that's another awesome opportunity that I feel as a teacher, that we get to see them in such a unique setting, and not necessarily in a classroom or a school, but able to kind of spread their wings, if you will, and allow us to see that as well. Entrepreneurship in a high school is invaluable. I mean, I'm a social studies teacher, so I'm not a business teacher by trade, but here we've brought in a lot of the entrepreneurship kind of curriculum. And one of our pathways that students can choose to take college courses in our program is entrepreneurship and leadership. And that's our largest pathway. So there's certainly a lot of interest there. And what it allows kids to do, I think, is to kind of keep that innovative side of them alive. There's so much opportunity and so much just a place to think, and a place to generate their ideas, and a place to not be judged by an essay or this or that. It's an opportunity for them to be able to just think out loud and get feedback and change things. And I think that it's an overall life skill that is invaluable, and it's something that our students here really cherish, the opportunity to be an entrepreneurship pathway, to do projects that involve that. And it just allows them to be innovative, and allows them to think on their own.